Wait, and I want to put, we'll have, sorry. Jamie, blow your nose. I don't know why it always feels like my nose is running, but it's not running. Remember when we were little, we used to go, you call someone, is your refrigerator running? Yes, you better go catch it. Maybe I was the only one who did that. Hi, Susan Hall and Amanda Hayford. Hi, Amy. Oh, my lip. Damn. Good morning. Hi, William. Despacito. Oh my God, I saw, you know how they used to do Obama lip reading videos? I saw a Trump lip reading video of him doing Despacito, and I laughed for like 15 minutes. I don't know who puts those together, but they are so funny. Somebody, I want them to do one of me. Oh my God, you guys did that too, right? Is your refrigerator running? Ooh, on a train to Venice. Good morning, Tina. How's everybody doing this morning? So good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk. Live from New York City. This is my last day. I'm flying home tonight. I've had some great meetings in New York. I'm going to try not to sniffle so much because I know it drives certain people crazy. I'm really trying to be better about it. I don't know why my nose runs in the morning. Hi, Christine. So New York has been very good to me. Okay, so a couple of things. I saw Stu yesterday, which makes me so happy. He finally let me take a picture of him and post it. I mean, by let, I mean he doesn't know, but basically the same thing, right? And that's hot. Yikes. So what else? So I got to see Stu, which was great. And then I had dinner with 3 of my best girlfriends who I love, which was so nice. And then Erica and I walked home. And as we were walking, we see this giant crowd. So I'm thinking, she's like, what is that? Is that a bookstore? Is it what is it? So I go, oh, maybe it's, I read that Hillary Clinton was in New York last night signing books. And then I'm like, well, there's no Secret Service. So these are just kids. It's got to be like a singer, right? I'm trying to like dissect who it could be by the age. All of a sudden, someone starts walking out. People start screaming. So I'm like, damn, is it Lionel? Like, who is it? Y'all, it was Bruce Willis. Now, no disrespect to Bruce Willis. And if this was 1995, I'd have been like, die hard, die hard. It was Bruce Willis. So anyway, then there were all of these like very eccentric children waiting on a fence. So, oh my God, I have to tell you about this one woman. Okay. So I say to one of the boys, I'm like, excuse me, can you tell me who else you guys are waiting for? Because I know all y'all are not out here to catch a glimpse of Bruce Willis. And the young man goes, Bruce who? I don't even know who that is. And I was like, okay. He's like, we're waiting for Nicki Minaj. I was like, okay, see, now that makes more sense to me. Thousands of people in the street waiting for, young people waiting for Nicki Minaj. There was no way these youngins were waiting for Bruce Willis. Again, no disrespect to Bruce Willis, but nah. So anyway, this white drunk lady in like her 50s is with her husband. And she's like, hold on, there's somebody famous. So Erica and I are standing there and she goes, do you know who it is? So I go, yeah, it's Nicki Minaj. She goes, oh my God, honey, it's Nicki Valange. I was like, did she just say Nicki Valange? Now listen, I'm not a huge Nicki Minaj fan, but I know how to say her name. But anyway, hi Cleet. But it was so funny. She was like, Nicki Valange. I'm like, okay. Gotta love old white ladies. My mom would have said the same thing. My mom would have been like, it's Nicki Schmeckel. Okay. So anyway, oh my God, I used Schmeckel like 3 times yesterday. Seriously, If you're Jewish, you know what a shmekel is, and it's the funniest word ever. All right, so I want to talk to you about my experience with the homeless people this morning, which was very different than yesterday. Well, the homeless people were fabulous yesterday. It was the woman in her comments that pissed me off. Oh, I love you too, Olivia. So this morning I go and they're cleaning up their area. So I say good morning. They say good morning, but I slip into Dunkin' Donuts, right? And there is a man, a black man standing next to me who's 6'5", okay? I'm standing actually behind him. So they're like, anybody else? Anybody else? And he goes, yo, you got the short one back here. So I'm like, I'm not short. I'm 5'7.5". You are just, sir, incredibly tall. So he's like, come out from behind me. So he was young. He's like 20 years old. I could have been his mother. So I order my coffee. So I say to him, how tall are you? He says 6'5". I go, that's your new name, 6'5". He's like, I'll take it. So I order 2 bananas and he goes, oh, you gonna eat 2 bananas? I go, oh, well, they're not for me. They're for the homeless people outside. I go, and before you say anything, don't tell me I'm encouraging them or whatever, because I'm buying them and I'm giving it to them. So don't say anything. And he goes, why would anybody tell you that that's encouraging them? Who wants to be homeless? And I was like, oh my God, you get me. You get it. He was like, yeah, why would anybody say that? I'm like, oh, this is what happened to me yesterday. So I tell him the story and he was like, look, now this 20-year-old is like coffee talking me in Dunkin' Donuts. He's like, look, some people are so out of touch with financial struggle that they believe that there are people who make a choice to be homeless because they just don't feel like getting a job. And I was like, yes, this is what I'm saying. Who would choose that? Who would choose that? Yeah, like, I get it, there's teen runaways and whatever, but like, who would legitimately choose to sleep on the street because they hope someone will give them a banana? It's just not a thing. So anyway, he and I have this exchange and I'm like, listen, 6'5", you are my kind of person. You are my people. He was like, you all right with me, 5'7"? And we gave some dap. And I was like, I love you. He was like, I love you too. And he went out one door and I went out the other with my bananas. Now, I want to say this. That young man probably does not have a ton of prolific exchanges with 40-year-old white women in Dunkin' Donuts. I'm guessing he kind of comes in, does his own thing, and goes out. But my hope is that that left him thinking that he inspired himself to be somebody, to think about it, to think about something else. And I felt so good about my human connection right there. I was like, y'all, this is a moment. So I was like, I'm out. That's my moment of the day. I love it, right? Well, I also want to say this. I do believe that not only he was younger and he got it, but I think sometimes you have to be more in touch with a community of people that knows struggle to understand struggle. Like, if you've never had to struggle, and if you've never had to struggle and you're listening to this, I love it for you, because there are some people who have never struggled and are extremely generous and super charitable. I mean, Bill Gates, I don't know if he ever had to struggle, but he doesn't struggle now, and he gives half his money away. So I know there are people who can do it, but I'm saying that's the exception, not the rule. In life, if you have never known struggle, like if you fell in love with your high school sweetheart and that's the only love you've known and things are great and other people are telling you they're struggling, you're going to be the person that's like, well, marriage is hard. You've never been in the trenches. You've never had your heart broken. You don't know struggle unless you've been through struggle, right? So anyway, I feel like if you're in touch with communities that know struggle, it's easier for you. But I digress, because here comes the best part, right? I come out of the Dunkin' Donuts and I see my people and I say, good morning. And they say, good morning again. And I say, would anyone like a banana? And I hold out 2 bananas, not insulting, not demeaning. And they say, oh yes, thank you. They each take a banana and I say, have a good morning. And as I'm walking away, the woman goes, miss, I turn around, she goes, thank you so much for yesterday. And I say, oh, you're so welcome. God bless you. She said, God bless you too. Well, there was a white man in a suit next to me, right? Walking. And he goes, what happened yesterday? Now you see, God didn't put this man in my path on accident. This white man walking next to me at 7:15 in the morning didn't witness that exchange for nothing. This whole thing leading back to yesterday had nothing to do with me. It had to do with this man that needed the human connection, that needed his spirits raised, that needed to see there was still good in the world. That was what it was about. It wasn't about me. So I looked at him and I said, oh, well, yesterday I got them everything bagels with cream cheese and bananas. And this morning I only had enough money to get them bananas. And he was like, that's really nice. And he was like, do you know them? I was like, no, they just live outside the Dunkin' Donuts. And he and I were walking and he was like, that was really nice. And he was like, have a great day. Now, he didn't say anything profound. He didn't say that I changed his life. He didn't say anything like, oh, you're a saint or you whatever. I'm going to think about this all day. But I could see his mind going. I could see his mind thinking, there are people who still do it. There are people who still look for it. There are people who look these people in the eye and say, good morning, how is everybody? Would you like a banana? How did you sleep? How's it go? It is why we were created. So last night at dinner, I'm telling my girls this story. And I know one of them starts going, because she don't want me to coffee talk at dinner. And first of all, that is rude to me. Second, she and I are going to have a conversation about that. But I share these stories not because I'm anything special, but because my hope is that it inspires you to think outside your comfort zone. Make eye contact with people you see on the street. Say hello to people that maybe nobody acknowledges all day. You don't have to give them money. You don't even have to give them food. Sometimes just a hello, good morning, how are you, is all people need. It's now, I need to be really honest with you guys. I have to tell you something that I don't want to tell you, but I have to. I'm obligated to do so because you trust me to walk the walk. Y'all, there are some days that I want to kill people. I want to fight. I struggle so hard. I have a hard time working with certain personalities. My boss, Will Packard, would tell you, Jamie's real inspiring on some days, and other days I want to put a muzzle on her because she's causing me a lot of commotion. I am far from perfect. I don't always walk in the path of God. I don't always do it the right way. I need y'all to know that so I like to choose kindness, but sometimes kindness doesn't want to choose me. So, I just want to make sure you know that old Jamie is, she's in timeout, but she's not dead. This is not like Taylor Swift. Old Jamie is not dead. So, there are people in the world who could watch this coffee talk and go, okay, so she was nice to homeless people, but she was mad disrespectful to me. That could be true. That could be true. I'm trying not to be that person. Will and I had a conversation not too long ago about a phone conversation I had with somebody, and I was like, listen, I was not disrespectful. And he said, Jamie, did you say blase blah? And I was like, I did say blase blah. And he was like, well, blase blah was disrespectful. I was like, oh, okay. Got it. Pivot. Plot twist. I'm out. But, I try. My whole thing is that I try. I really do try. And I just share this with y'all because it really, it empowers me to remind y'all, don't be lazy in your human connection. If you see somebody on the street, smile at them. Who cares what people think? I walk down the streets in New York like this. I look like a damn emoji. I don't care. I really don't care. I will smile at everybody. I make it I make it my exercise, the exercise of my heart every day to compliment women I don't know, to tell men when they smell good, to let women know I like their shoes, to notice something unique about them, to say I like your braids or that necklace is fly, whatever it is. I speak on people. Speak on people. Don't be afraid of it. The human connection is why we are here. It is empowering. It feels good. It is goodness. Don't ever underestimate the power of your kindness. You are given so much power in your creation to be kind and good and patient with other people. It is in you already. You don't need to be me. You don't even need to watch Coffee Talk. Don't stop watching. Like, I'm glad you're here, but it is in you to do it. You have this. You have this. And I swear to you, when you start exercising that muscle, you will never want to stop because it feels so good. It feels so good. And when people tell you stories, horror stories, that they spoke to a homeless person who tried to kill them, y'all, that is the exception, not the rule. Most people are good. Remember what Mr. Rogers said? Look for the good ones, the helpers. I love you guys so much today. It is hump day. We are almost to the weekend, folks. I love you. Love you, love you, love you. And I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Oh, wait, I forgot Wounded Warriors. Don't leave, please. Don't leave.